Am I going? Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing today? Camp is almost over. I'm excited about it.
I know you're sad about Morgan. I know you're sad.
You're gonna miss us.
Well, you're not going anywhere. I'll see you.
Not every day.
It's not life.
I mean, what are you gonna do when you wake up and it's like 8 o'clock and you don't have to be on a screen?
Exactly.
Anything else?
What will you do with your time?
So we'll do introductions and then tell us what you're working on this morning. So start with Shannon and then we'll go around.
Hi everyone, my name is Shannon, right under the pen name SC Houston, and I have my YouTube channel under SC Houston as well, where I publish content about writing and my self-publishing journey. I've actually just pivoted back into getting some writing content up on my channel. So, but I'm still going to do the monthly income report, so we'll have that coming out next month as well. And I am 1/3 of the trio for the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks show, where we interview self-publishing authors about their self-publishing journey and marketing their books. And I am learning a whole lot from that series. I really enjoy it. And I co-host it with Morgan Lee. And yeah, I always go the wrong way. And Ben Pick from Running to Write. I'm also one half of the duo for the first AuthorTube Writing Conference coming to the YouTube/AuthorTube community in July of 2022. We're still looking for speakers to sign up, which Tiffany already told me she is signing up today. So I'm looking forward to that. That deadline closes May 15th. And today I need to actually work on some admin stuff. This is the end of the month. And so this is when I figure out all my finances and what I have going forward. So I've got to get that going.
Cool. I mean, not cool to pay the bills, but
I know.
Is it me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. I am Tiffany, TLR Russ Lifestyle on all the interwebs, and I am currently working on editing my debut novel, as well as I do have a podcast, This Great Life, that's available pretty much on all of the platform or podcast platforms. And this morning I have to do the day job stuff. I have some pictures that I have to finish off for someone, as well as get my things submitted to Shannon. And then hopefully maybe by the last sprint, I can actually get into writing.
Yay.
Love it. Hi, my name is Barrett Laurie. Oh, wait, were you done? I'm sorry. Did I just
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Barrett Laurie. Over on my channel, I talk about my journey to traditional publishing. I write stories about ordinary queer kids living extraordinary lives. I host Critique Group Live every second Thursday of the month, and we are open as of today for submissions for, what is the next month coming? May?
May.
That's good. I'm like, what is the next month? I don't even know. Whenever that is. It's open today. So it's on the bio of the Instagram page, and I'm going to drop it in the Facebook group today. So if you want to submit. Let's see. I am 1/4 of AuthorTubers React, which is this Saturday over on the Vixen of Fictions channel at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe. And what else do I do? And then on Mondays, I do a chatty show, which some of these folks here will be joining me. I haven't asked Shannon yet. She's available. She's very welcome. Monday, we're going to do a stream chatting about Camp Nano and just like, how did you do? Like, did you hit your goal? Did you not hit your goal? And if you don't hit your goals, like, why that's okay. And just sort of like talking through it's okay to move things around a little bit. Today, I'm working on day job stuff like Tiffany, because you got to do the skills that pay the bills first. So I'm doing that this morning. You'll probably see me vlogging about how I'm not sure I'm going to finish Camp Nano on time. But other than that, it's going to be all real work. Womp womp. Thank you, Morgan.
All right. And of course, I'm Morgan Lee, your hero on my channel. I do a lot of things with people, like scripting the book, which I do with Vixen Fiction, Natalie Locke, and Ben Pick. And then the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast, like Shannon already mentioned. And still streaming every day in April. And then in May, for my 500 subscriber celebration thing and my birthday, I'm doing just like a hangout live stream where we do games. I like trivia, so we're going to do trivia and some other things. I don't know yet. I haven't planned it, but it's going to be like a birthday party, a virtual birthday party for me. So everyone's welcome. I'm going to ask people to come on screen with me. So be on the lookout for an invitation to that.
I love how you were like, I'm never streaming again after Camp Nano. By the way, I'm streaming in May for my birthday. And we're like, okay, cool.
When it's my birthday, I feel like I need all of the attention.
No, I'm all about it. I'm all about it.
I'm fine with that. And it's not till the 31st, so I have a month to recuperate.
Talk about how I always wave at Shannon when she's here. Like her comment, I always like, hey Shannon, there you are right above me. I've seen you for the last 10 minutes, but I'm still waving like name her.
Lauren's here. Hello. Let's see. Staring at this outline for a new story.
Been there.
JC's here. Hello.
How's the baby?
CB. Hello. Asking if you're working on a fanfic. Yes.
Awesome.
Cool Damer's here. Hello. And Laura, good morning. And Barrett, he's here already. Hi.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gwenna. What's your novel about, Tiffany?
It is a paranormal new adult about a girl who finds herself wrapped up in a whole world that she did not expect to be wrapped up in, and some family dynamics in there that she is not aware of. And if I get it done on time, I will be looking for critique partners in May. So, yay.
Morning. Savion's here. Hello.
King.
Yes.
Gwenna says, glad I'm not the only one rocking the day job today.
Not necessarily doing it well, Gwenna.
The baby is smiling. Nice.
The baby's a scene stealer in your vlogs. Just gonna say it.
Well, babies and animals, they always
Every time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every time. I was watching somebody's vlog and their cat kept entertaining me. Like, wasn't even on purpose. Like, was just jumping around behind them in the video. And so my whole comment was like, loved watching your cat. The cat was hilarious.
Hello. Only here for a few more minutes, but hey, hello.
Yes.
Cookies.
It always makes me hungry just to, when you're in chat. I'm always like, I want cookies.
I want a chocolate chip cookie.
Mm-hmm.
What are our
I don't have chocolate chip cookies, but I do have a chocolate chip banana muffin
Oh, that's good too.
that I'm going to eat during the
Right.
first
That's good.
sprint.
Did you make that?
No, I got it yesterday at a coffee shop.
Oh.
When you were surviving the temp job?
Stalker.
HE double hockey sticks.
Yes. That I sent. I think I had you entertained all day long, Barrett, because I sent you the picture of the girl in the wannabe shorts that were
I
more
was just
like
like,
underwear.
it's 41 degrees outside, right? I was like, I'm just making sure it's 41 degrees and that person is wearing shorts and flip flops. Like,
I had to do a double take because I literally looked at her and I was like, she's got on pants, right?
Nope.
So yeah.
But you made it.
Yes. And I'm done. So yay.
Cookie King has chocolate chip cookies this morning.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I thought about bringing popcorn.
We found
this
a
is
new
French.
recipe that uses salt at the end on top. And I'm telling you, it sounds kind of
Oh, yeah.
weird, but like
That
I'm
sounds
telling
good.
you, sea salt at
No,
the end, it's
sea
like,
salt.
Mm-hmm.
I almost did ask you, Tiffany, if you brought popcorn.
I almost did, but it's morning, so I brought them the thing. But who knows? By the end of the sprint, it'll be afternoon, so maybe.
part of your brand now, where like when I eat popcorn, I think of you.
I know. I realized that.
Eating right now.
Too.
I actually, because
Right, me
Barrett
too.
knows this. Last night, I was not feeling all that great, and so I was watching Morgan stream and just laying in bed, and I was like doing some random business stuff, and I was like, I'm revamping some things, and I was just like, popcorn. I have to start including popcorn in my stuff. So I'm like, okay.
I feel like your logo should just be you from the side, like
Tossing up popcorn.
I am about to do new photos, so that might be something that's involved.
Lavender shortbread cookies.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Laura's been talking about them. I really want some.
You've never done lavender in your baking?
No, like I do it in my Epsom salt foot baths, but no, it hadn't made it.
You've never had lavender scones?
I've never had
it's a
lavender.
lavender and lemon scone.
Lemon, yes. Lavender, no. I gotta get on it. Like I'm missing out on some things.
But Gwenna, cheese grits. Yes.
Oh, yep, agreed. Approved.
I don't like grits.
What?
I love grits.
I know.
Grits?
Everybody in my family, they make fun of me. I don't like them. It's a texture thing. It's a texture thing. Yeah.
Is it? But like, yeah, I don't know.
This is always the question people that love grits say. But have you had good grits? Like,
yeah, like who made these grits for you? Like, were they?
Were they instant?
I had all kinds of grits, and I from different people, different places, restaurants. I don't like any of them.
And the consistency thing I get, like for the people who like it's the consistency, I'm like, okay, I get it because you can't really
That's
change.
one of the consistency that I like. That's like it's a texture that I love. Like I'm a texture person. I like weird textures freak me out, but like that grits is one of the good ones.
My cousin makes,
wheat.
From what I understand, he makes really good grits. He does like the shrimp and grits with like the cheese and the everything, and it looks amazing. I've tried his, and I'm still just like, I like the shrimp.
Wow, okay. I think what's funny, and this is interesting because I've never asked my cronies this, but it's something I can eat and not make me sick, even if it has cheese in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's easily digestible, maybe. So like that's part of it.
It doesn't hurt. So
same.
Yeah.
What about cream of wheat? Because I like cream of wheat, which I think has a similar texture to grits, but it's a little bit different.
It is. It's like
I don't mind cream of wheat, but it's still not one of my favorites.
Can't do it.
Oh, I can only do oatmeal in a cookie.
Yeah. Like a bowl of hot oatmeal is disgusting.
It just depends. Cream of wheat, it depends. Like it depends on who's making it. My grandma's making it with like tons of syrup and like deliciousness in it. Yes, I'm gonna
yeah. See, yeah.
Covered in sugar, yes. Otherwise, same with oatmeal. Yes, yes, whatever your cookie. Never had grits. I'm trying to think, CB. It's like it truly is like a mix between oatmeal and cream of wheat, right? It's sort of like right in the middle, sort of. And I think it's more Southern thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too. Okay, I didn't know about the.
I actually don't know what are grits. What are they made of?
What is it made of?
It's
like what is it?
It's a corn, I believe. It's like a ground corn or wheat or something like that.
This is a whole discussion in My Cousin Vinny. What is a grit?
Right? They're hominy grits.
Why? Like, what makes it a
That's
grit?
why I would expect grits to hurt me because I can't have a lot of corn.
Right.
They don't.
I think let's see if Siri will tell me.
So it's like polenta. So it's close. You're absolutely right, Tiffany.
What
it
is a grit?
And it's very close to polenta, CB. So and that's actually true. It is pretty similar in consistency to polenta.
I like polenta though.
I love polenta too. But you know what I think it is, Shannon, doesn't that seem more creamy? You know, polenta seems to have more of like a saucy, creamy.
Yeah.
The grits is more of like in its own. This is gonna sound so gross. Its own juices and its own creaminess.
I asked Siri, and she told me grit is psychologically a grit is a positive cognitive trait based on an individual's perseverance of effort.
Wrong grit, Siri. Wrong grit.
Right.
Try again, Siri.
I was like, but thank you for that.
Appreciate the vote of confidence.
I've never tried anything other than lavender. I've heard rose is good to bake with as well.
I just took us right off the rails with this discussion of grit. Sorry about that.
I mean, it's fine.
I realize it now.
At the end of camp, the conversations are just going. And our last night was a string of debates.
Last night's was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yes. I was like, and it was really funny because I was watching it and I was like, I remember the beginning of the month When Morgan streams were like, hey guys, we're gonna come in, we're gonna get some stuff done. It was like 4 streams, it was all kinds of productivity. And now we've devolved into like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
We're like, is Long Kiss
this
Goodnight
erotica or not?
Right.
is Long Kiss Goodnight better than the Santa Claus as far as Christmas movies? Like,
Right.
By now we're at the end and we're like, are we gonna do sprints? I don't know.
Oh no.
We're gonna talk about grit.
Let's just hang out and talk for 2 hours. Okay, now I've always thought porridge and oatmeal were the same thing.
I did too. I thought it was just the UK version of saying oatmeal, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're different.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maggie's video. Hi, Eva. How are you feeling? Doctor today, I hope. Maggie did a video on her French toast yesterday. Wait, I'm sorry. Lemon. Is she bringing them to me?
No. Apparently not. I just watched a thing on how to make homemade French toast, including making the bread. And while I'm not positive I want to make the French toast that he made because it was like this thick and it looked atrocious, I do maybe want to make the bread. Just to make a sandwich. It looked very good.
Only one that likes French toast with Texas toast? Like,
yes.
Okay.
I either have to do it with Texas toast or French bread. I can't do it with regular bread. It's too thin.
Too thin. Ricky's like, I like the thinner bread. I'm like, where are you from?
Or a brioche. I could do a brioche.
Who are you? Like,
there's this place.
Hawaiian, sweet Hawaiian. One time we didn't have bread, so we did the bun. We had hamburger buns, and we used those sweet Hawaiian hamburger buns for French toast. Also
there's a place in here. You guys have to come visit us. I went there for my birthday for brunch. They do French toast with, I think it's a Texas toast or a French bread, but they wrap it in like cornflakes and then fry it. And then they serve it with like this, some type of special syrup and a maple whipped cream.
I'm free after AuthorTubers react on
So yeah, we'll have to go. It's down in the city.
Perfect. I'm in. Grits are around. Okay.
Ground hominy.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
Is that why they're hominy grits? That would make sense.
That does make sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I love risotto.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for it. That and polenta. Yeah, they're similar.
I'll do polenta. It's not my favorite though.
Never had polenta.
The consistency is
similar. Ooh, bergamot French toast.
Oh my gosh.
Never done bergamot, but I like it in my tea.
Porridge meal.
Cornmeal.
Interesting. Okay.
Either way, it's corn. It's ground corn.
I feel like this is to you, Barrett.
I've been writing all day, cleaning up the puke in the living room. Everything has been writing just all day.
Exactly.
As is The Long Kiss Goodnight, my new favorite movie of all time.
It's great.
I can't believe you hadn't seen that.
I had never seen it. I don't know. I think it's because when it came out, I was about 13. And so I'm pretty sure my mom would have been like, that's too violent. Like when I watched it, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is why she did not let me.
Oh my God. It's one of my family's favorite movies.
Yes. My mom loves this movie.
Well,
so
let's talk about the flip side of that. She also took me to see What's Love Got to Do with It, which is pretty darn violent. So I was just sort of like, help me make it make sense.
Do you know I got my first car that I ever bought myself because of What's Love Got to Do with It?
Really?
I made dinner and we were sitting around and I turned that movie on and my father randomly was like, I don't want to watch this propaganda. I know Ike Turner's family. He's from a good family in St. Louis. Let's go look at cars. I don't want to see this. All these lies told about him. I'm waiting for his movie to come out. And we ended up finding a car.
Well, someone had to root for Ike. That's
my father.
Croissant French toast.
I'm here for
croissant bread pudding, and let me tell you, life changed.
I'm not a huge bread
talk
pudding
about food a
person,
lot
though.
here.
Again, consistency.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hominy is a processed corn. Well,
Have you been to Josephine's Tea Room, though?
no.
I have to take you to all the places, Barrett.
Apparently, I've gone to the London Tea Room just because it was in my building. So it was
Well, okay, in all fairness, this isn't like a full tea room. It's like barely. But they're mainly known for their desserts. Like people come in for
sold.
Like lunch
I'm
and they
available.
order dessert first because they only make so many, and when it runs out, they do not make any more. And their bread pudding is one of the ones that everybody's like, oh. I personally go for the brownie bottom cheesecake.
Ricky will love that. Like, oh,
Because
Eva's like, take me too. We'll pick it up. We'll pick you up from Urgent Care, girl. Get your bag. Grab you on the way.
It's over in Illinois, so it's a little bit of a drive, but
that's
yeah.
even closer to Eva, so perfect. She's like,
oh yes,
that's right. The dessert place though, St. Louis. This is no one cares about this. The Tiffany at this point. Cyrano's.
Oh, Cyrano's is awesome.
Done. We'll just dessert. We'll just go restaurant to restaurant and eat desserts until we can't close our pants.
I have stretchy pants that do not need to close.
Challenge
They
accepted.
just look like they have a zipper and a buckle.
Wow.
I love Cheesecake Factory CB. Good call.
I have a gift card. Just
all right, get us back on the rails, Morgan.
We're going to sprint. 20 minutes on the clock, and then we'll come back and chat again. So happy sprinting, everybody. Alrighty. End of our first sprint. How did everybody do?
Worked on bills. Not done yet.
Nice.
I got everything inputted into the application, but Shannon, I have a question. There's this. Well, no, I figured that answer, but
Okay,
there's a spot after email that just says option 1 with a button to click. Do I click that?
I'm not really sure I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know if I
Is it on the form?
Yeah.
Huh.
Can I share?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Lay down.
I don't remember options being on there, but
let's see. Chrome tab. Here it is. See, it just says option.
that's weird. Because I didn't set it up that way, so I wonder if something got messed up. I'm going to the Google Drive now to see what's going on.
Okay.
That's happened to me before, Shannon, just when I was editing a line and I forgot to delete it. So it's probably just one that you were setting up, or you know what I mean? So it's probably just a delete.
I figured that, but I didn't know, should I click it or should I just ignore it?
Is that on the guest speaker or the special or the speaker form? Guest speaker or speaker? No. Okay. I'll just look at both
guest
of them.
speaker. I'm
Guest
on the
speaker,
guest
okay.
speaker one. I had to scroll back up to figure out.
I don't, and I double checked this form, so of course I'm not the. It's possible myself or someone else got in here and messed with it, because I do see it, but I double checked all these forms before I put them up there.
The gremlins.
Yeah. Okay. I just deleted it, so hopefully that should fix it.
Okay.
Let's see. I took a call. I answered an email. Or I made a call. I guess I didn't take a call. Made a call, answered an email, and got Nugget fresh water. That's it. That's all we did. Wasn't that much.
I wrote 619.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Sorry.
Nice.
600
no problem.
Yeah.
Like, talk about go-go juice.
Yeah, she's getting a lot done.
Killing it.
Yeah,
give her a good outline, and she's like non-stoppable.
Clearly, I'm like.
Yeah, what's point of view? I'm in Shaw. This is Shaw chapter.
But you've been moving through Emerton's pretty fast too recently. There's Briley.
I know. Yesterday I wrote, I think, like 2,000 words in her chapter.
I haven't even started writing mine yet.
I'm doing side eye. She's like, I was trying to have a private moment, asshole.
Let's see. This Radiant Life came in. Hello. And then JC said she saw a vlog.
Oh, filming. Yeah. Oh, I did do that. I filmed it. Yes, I did film a clip. Truth. That's true.
Chelsea's here. Hello.
Hi, Chelsea.
And Claude. Hello. And Regina. Getting file open, a first cup of coffee. Loretta's
I actually had coffee yesterday. That's how crazy I was.
Okay, writing a paper for school. That's okay. Finals week, you're almost there.
Ooh, yeah.
You're almost there. So proud of you. Keep going.
Bills to pay, but they have to wait until after I work on the book.
Unfortunately, I have to pay the bills before I can work on the book.
Me too. And then my husband's not feeling happy with his job, so he wants to quit. So I was like, well, let me look at everything and see what we can do.
Not doing Nano, but I got TikTok recorded and posted. Plan to send out a few emails and work on some edits today.
Great show yesterday, by the way, even though you were by yourself. I know or was it yesterday or Monday? Time means nothing to me. But when you were by yourself, you did a great job. So great job.
Got some emails sent and the clinic set up for success today. Boss lady is bossing.
Ooh, nice.
Hello, Jordan. Walked around outside.
I need to do some more walking.
I know, I'm worried about your back.
Well, but she said, right? Wasn't it last night? She said walking's like the one thing that doesn't fully hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, walking was the least painful thing.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you're looking at what the least painful thing is, like I've been there, where it's just like everything hurts. So it's this is the
what hurts less?
Right?
And you're welcome.
That's what I said. 619, like go, lady, go. She says hello. She's moody.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's already retired from the military, and so he's like, I kind of just want to relax and be home, especially since he's been, honestly, guys, he's like the best partner I could ever have asked for. He's supporting me 100% with my writing, and he's picked up like housework, which is not something, and he likes to be clean, but he doesn't know like all the things I've kind of pointed out. I was like, have you wiped down the counters, like the outside of the counters, the doors, the handles? He's like, oh, I never thought about that. I was like, yeah, those are the things I kind of do. So he's picking up all these little things. Yeah. And he was like, oh, and he's like doing all of it. And he's taking care of the kiddo more. And it's just like, wow, he's just been so awesome. But at his job, he's like one of the only ones who doesn't have a bachelor's degree. He's about to graduate after this semester with his associates.
Oh,
but 3 jobs have come up, 2 of them that he's made those positions and started doing those jobs at his job. And they've given them to 3 other people because they all had bachelor's degrees and he didn't. And he's got 20 plus years in the military where he was a captain on boats. And he was like, shouldn't my military experience count for something here?
Yeah.
And he's just tired of how he keeps seeing holes in the organization. It's a nonprofit. So he keeps seeing things that need to get done. He starts doing it, creates a position, and then they give it to somebody else. And he's just tired with that. So
is it possible he can, if he's thinking up these positions, is it possible? Because I have a number of family members that work for nonprofits, and I know sometimes they outsource. So is it possible he can create those in like a freelance situation where he can work with multiple nonprofits and not be on their necessarily payroll, but be able to, still do the jobs that he's trying to put together and do for them?
I don't know, because it's a nonprofit that works with the state to help people find jobs. Which I told him, I said, you see all the jobs come through, just pick a different job.
Fair.
Yeah. He's like, but then it's going to pay me as good as this one. I was like, well, let me see what we can, what level can we go down to exactly. So the thing is, we have a few houses that we have renters in. If everybody pays a rent, we're fine. We don't need to work. Right. But if we have a situation where all the renters stop paying or people leave at the same time, now we're in the negative.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that position.
Yeah.
For Ricky,
but I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
I want to keep working as a writer because I've worked to support, his military career, and I've had to quit my job every time we moved. So I never got my own business going anywhere. So
right.
But he completely understands. He's being totally, supportive. So I want to support him in this.
Totally. Yeah. Well, if you don't have to worry about healthcare, right? Healthcare,
right? Because military.
That's the biggest thing for Ricky and I. That is like the golden handcuffs, where he just cannot leave Verizon. There was an opportunity to go part time, which we could have afforded to do, or he could have afforded to do. We couldn't because of the healthcare.
So
same.
It's like
I get that.
My uncle was military, and that's how he was able to retire when he did, was because of the military benefits. So
I'll be back. I have a pottying dog. Or needs to go potty. So I'll be back.
Okay.
And then I didn't retire from the military, but I was medically discharged for tearing up my shoulder in the military. So I also have my own military coverage for me. Okay. So, of course, his covers our kiddo. But
yeah. See, we got 140. Nice.
Nice.
Edited yesterday's chapter to ink it.
Awesome. I have to go find that because you guys have told me about ink it. I didn't know about it, so I have to go look. It's on my list of things to do while I'm on vacation in Colorado. I have a whole list of things. I'm like, oh, I want to research.
I wish my guy could drop his job. He's actually into it, though. The weirdo.
My husband loved his job in the military, and he would have stayed in. The only issue was that he was a captain on a boat, so he was gone like 9 months out of the year, and he was missing so much of Julian's. Like he missed Julian walking and missed Julian talking for the first time because he didn't talk until he was 5. He missed a lot of stuff, and so he just like, I want to be home, but I loved my job when I was in the military.
Yeah. Same healthcare is our issue too. The Mister wasn't in until retirement. He left as soon as the same position as a civilian opened up, more pay.
Yeah, and Kevin could go for military or civilian positions that do the same thing he did in the military, but again, he would be gone all the time. So I was like, you might as well just stay in the military. And we looked at all those different options.
See, my uncle was Marine, so he wasn't gone. So it was easier for him to transition into other things that would work for the family.
Yeah. 8 more cookies.
Nice.
I'm getting ready to watch Marta's new video. I don't think is she our author tuber?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Marta?
Yeah, I'm not positive who that is either.
Yeah, I feel like I know who she is, but I don't think I'm subscribed. See, my love to be able to make enough for my husband to quit his job. Imagine traveling to places and writing without being beholden to a work schedule. I know. That's the life I dream of.
Yep. But because I was just thinking, I was like, ooh, well, if he quit his job, we're talking about taking a vacation later. I was like, wait, if he quits his job, we won't have as much money to spend on the vacation.
Yeah. Would love to be able. Yeah. 20 books to 50K. Is that a thing?
It's a group. So on Facebook, and they have that's the one I got a free ticket to go to their conference in Las Vegas later this year, but just couldn't afford. I mean, I didn't want to pay out the money for the plane ticket and the hotel because it was going to be just over $2,000. But the tickets this year went for $300. But 20 books, 50K is the idea that if you self-publish 20 books, rather in a close together. So I don't think they mean like boom, 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 but within a few years of doing 20 books, you can make 50K a year with 20 books. So.
Okay, I would say I wouldn't say we write extremely fast, but I would say between all of us, we're pretty consistent writers.
Yeah.
How fast are you writing to put out 20 books in like a couple of years? Like, are these novellas? Are these really short books? Like, what's happening? Short stories?
My girlfriend, who we interviewed on the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks show, Nissa Leader, she's we graduated together MFA program. She's been pushing me for years. In 2017, she quit her job because she had a full-time job, and she quit her job, and her husband supported her while she wrote, and she wrote at 19 books or something like that, I think, Morgan. I don't know if you remember from the conversation with her, but she did that within 3 years. But she just
3 years.
No, 3 years. She got out like 20 books, nearly 20 books. Yeah. And she was making, by the end of the first year, she was making more money than I was making teaching at the college level. So I was like, and she was like, this is why you need to quit and start writing.
Man.
Wow.
I mean, I guess if that's all you were doing, like if we didn't have like full-time job and then other stuff to do, I could see how that would be possible.
I'd have to say, because she doesn't do YouTube, she does other social media, but she spent most of her time just writing books. She didn't spend, and I always think that I was like, I don't really like social media, but I like YouTube. And I was like, but YouTube takes so much time. And I'm like, maybe I should just really cut back on YouTube and just concentrate on writing so I can start making money.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah. What's her channel name, Sabian? Is it just Marta or is it something?
I searched Marta. Nothing came up.
Nothing came up. Before exchange student when I was in high school, whose name was Marta. She was Polish.
Oh, that is just her channel. It's just Marta. I want to put our link in. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say, not to get us back on food topics, but
Was that a good brownie muffin?
This thing would be so much better if they had figured out a way to not burn the edges. Like, I like a good, like, I don't know, crispy kind of top or something, like a crunchy kind of top. But it's like the inside is very moist, and then you get to the edge of it, and it's just like, like, I really almost don't want to eat the sides.
So to go along with your muffin thing, I just looked at Marta's channel, and her video put out an hour ago is turning my characters into muffins.
Nice. Nice.
I actually have seen her before. I just did not remember her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already subscribed.
Building up books, editing them all, and pushing them back to back. Yes. And I feel like that's a good plan, but like I just don't have time to do that.
Well, I mean, I think it's an interesting idea. I guess for me, more so, I'm thinking of from everything, like I probably could write that many books maybe in 3 years, but like everything people's told me about like developmental edits and copyright edits and then getting like your covers made and everything else, I'm like, those things involve time. So I'm trying to figure out the time frame of it more so than anything else.
I have to say, I spend money on things that some people may choose not to spend things on. Like I buy my own ISBNs where you can get a free ISBN through Amazon. But I chose to do it because in the long game for me, I plan to go wide, and I also plan to sell off of my website. So I don't want multiple ISBNs associated with my books. But one thing that I know a lot of authors, and myself included, the one thing that I cut out on my costs are like the developmental edits, and which would be really nice to have, but they cost a lot of money. And then to do the copy edit and then the proofreading on top of that, it's a lot.
Yeah, I don't do developmental because I try to do like critique partners and beta readers mostly for that part, and then just pay for the copy edit and the proofread.
Right, and I pay for the copy edit and the proofread too.
Yeah, I tried to do my own proofread for Seed Among the Thorns, but then there's still errors in it after I did it, so I went and had it professionally done.
I think it's hard when it's your own work. You're really, really close to it. You don't see those things that are wrong anymore.
And I missed something on page 1, and I was like, how did I miss this? Oh gosh, I spoke to an author.
My aunt has this theory that
$300 a month and 75 books in 5 years were all less than 100 words.
How is that even a book? I don't think, like in Amazon, I don't think it's even considered a book. Unless they put it all in one book. But no, it's 75 books, 5 years, well, less than 100 words.
A month. All less than, I'm confused.
Wow.
Oh, she meant less than 100 pages.
Oh.
What?
I think Amazon has like a minimum page count for I think it's like 70, I think maybe. I don't remember. I think they might have just upped that, but.
Okay.
Well, even that's 10 to 30, so maybe they lowered it. I don't know.
I mean, I did just see a book that Amazon popped up to offer me, and it said something like write a book a week. And I was like, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think too, the one thing that I hear a lot from authors who have been doing it for a while is that once you've written quite a few books, you've got a couple years into your writing, you know your own rhythm, your own style. You can write books quicker than you did in the beginning of your career, as long as you keep working at it.
Yeah. And I say that's true because it took me years just to write my first book. And then now I've written a book in a month. I've written a book in 3 months. So like my process is getting a lot faster.
Me too. So Blood Lily took me like a year and a half. Soul of Rose took me like 3.5 months. And Tears of the Marigold took me a month and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, algorithms are a struggle bus. Get the whole series.
And there we go.
Pretty Stone.
Right? Mama Maggie, she published like 20 books in like a year and a half. So she's kind of in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That rhythm is a real thing. A lot of the beginning of writing, just figuring out how you write, and which author advice you should listen to. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Well, I think also part of it is just figuring out like which outline you want to do, or if you even want to outline.
Or
There's
if
like
you
what
want to,
7
yeah.
different outline techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, is funneling down like, okay, what do I need to actually do to write a book?
What works for me.
Yeah,
Because
what
it's
works.
different
Exactly.
for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's part of the trap I think we fall into. Or well, I mean, those of us that make videos about like craft, it's always, it's not going to work for everybody. Like what works for one person won't work for someone else. And so, yeah.
So I wrote 3 books, and every book had a different outline method. So,
oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. I started with this basic outline, but then I moved into different ones.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can find it, Regina, because I know it popped up, because I feel like I might have even downloaded the sample just because I was like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Here it is. I did download the sample.
If you write 10K words a day, that's 70 words in a week. That is pretty much a book.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I did that once.
Write a book in a week.
But it was only half a book.
It is a legit book. How I outline and draft a novel in 7 days.
I mean,
yeah.
If you weren't writing like some epic fantasy, sure. Could you write a 50,000 word romance or 60,000 word romance or a 45,000 word MG novel? Sure. Like,
yeah.
Sure. Could I? No. Like, I love that.
Well, I did. I mean, Nano this year, I did have a really great outline, and I did finish it in like 9 or 10 days, but it wasn't something I would show anybody.
Right.
And it wasn't even the whole story. It was, like barely into act 2.
See, now Tiffany's doing this now, which I think is really great practice.
I will say that has helped, because I've written mine's not 30. The ones that they have me doing are like 15K, but it's
Tiffany,
15 to 20.
You crank them out in like 4 and 5 days sometimes.
Yeah, so that's why I was going to say I've done quite a few, and it has helped speed up my writing.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I also took a typing test the other day, and it told me I was only doing 45 words per minute, and I was like, you lie.
Camp Nano, I finally updated it. I hadn't updated it in I don't know how long. So I went in and did like a giant session, which I did not write that many in that session, but I was just catching up from the weekend. And it gives you words, like how many words you type. I was like, I know I'm typing more than 19 words a minute. So, like, it's sweet of you to give me that figure, but not accurate.
And Barrett, do you know that you can go by day and say, okay, on Saturday I wrote this many words. You can backdate it in the Nano site.
Figure out how. I couldn't figure out how. I was like, I don't understand.
I think I figured out it was more if I have I think I write faster when I'm pulling it out of my ankle. That's a good word.
Start today.
Then when I'm trying to write whatever their type thing is, because I'm all reading what they want me to write and everything.
Well, here's the thing, Tiffany. You remind me so much of when in grad school we were a cohort. There was 14 of us that went through the whole thing together, and everybody studied differently. And when it came time to do our thesis, which is essentially a book, 50,000 word, research novel, essentially not a novel, but a story that you have to tell about your subject. You were like 2 people in my group that gave me heart palpitations. Every time they had a deadline with their committee, I'd be like, well, do you want to send me your stuff to oh, I'm not going to do it till the night before. I don't know. 2 days before. I had been done 3 weeks ahead of time, giving it to people to read. And they're like, nah, I'm just gonna wing it and we'll see. And then they all got out of committee faster than I did. Which drove
you say that I try to write 11,000 words in one day. I start 3 days in advance. And then I write like 5 or 6,000, 7,000 in that 3 days. And then I'm like, I don't like it. And then I start over.
I'm just like,
and end up writing 11K in one day because it's got to be turned in.
I'm just like, Tiffany is that person who I'd be in the group getting anxiety. Like, the whole group project hinges on Tiffany. Eva also would be one of these.
Like, I honestly, like, seriously, it's the last story is due on Monday. I've been in theory writing it since Monday, and I have 45 words.
That'll be great. The final book in the series, 180 word flash.
So yeah, no, that's not my goal, is to be sitting here Sunday like, oh my God, I really gotta write. No, it just somehow ends up happening.
But I do think there are people who work really well under pressure, and like those that don't. And like, I am a don't. Like,
I mean, not with books. I used to do that in school, but I could not write a book under pressure. No. I can write a research paper, but no.
Yeah, I wrote Tears of Marigold under pressure because I know it was due to my editor. It was originally due to my editor in March, and I asked if I could push it back to May, but I still had to get it done.
yeah.
So I learned from that. I am not setting up deadlines outside of me for my next series. I'm gonna write 4 books, and then I'm gonna get my editor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe though some of that, for me at least, comes from my journalism background, because it's very often that they'll be like they'll call you and like, hey, so this just happened, need you to go do this, and we need like 1,200 words in by morning, and you're like, oh, okay.
Well, and that's what's funny to me about that is I think I come at that from the opposite side, right? Because I'd have been writing the press release that we sent out. So, except I'd have written it the night before. So I'd have been like a day ahead of the news. So I was like, right? It's like,
right. And see, I'm getting your press report, and then I'm calling you, and I'm like, and you're not answering the phone. So now I'm calling like everybody who knows you to try to get all the quotes that I need to write everything. And like I said, pull it out my ankle because I'm looking
my
at your
email
press
says,
report,
I
and
said
I'm
what
like,
you said in the press release, Tiffany. I'm not giving you any more quotes.
I'm like, well, they want 5 quotes. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Joy.
Oh, I love those
I
press
can't wait to get to
releases
that part of this job.
that tell you I'm not. I've seen those press releases that's like no additional quotes will follow, and they're asking you for like 4 quotes.
He slept around. We have nothing more to say about it. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah. That's how you get those quotes that's like, and according to an anonymous source. Because you were looking for anybody who will make a statement.
Well, and yeah, we can get in the weeds on this.
Yeah.
All right. 20 minutes on the clock again to get some more work done. Happy sprinting, everybody. All right, end of our second sprint. How did everybody do?
I think I finally figured up all our calculations. I finished my bills, but I was figuring up, okay, if we have this income and this income, but not that income, minus our bills, what would that look like? That way my husband can see like what he might want to look at as far as job wise or whatever, like level and money wise. So.
Nice.
Me?
Yes.
I posted to Instagram. And then my computer some days are so slow because it took like almost half the whole rest of that sprint just to open up my Photoshop. So I guess in the next sprint I'll be actually working on the announcements that I need to make. But I did find some really cool ideas for graduation announcements. So I found one. I lost it. But I think this is kind of cool. Doing something like that.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Especially because his colors are gold. So I was like, I could do the graduate in kind of a gold print.
Yes.
And there was another one that I kind of liked as well. So I'm debating between that one and then the other one says something like class of 2022. So I'm debating between the two if my Photoshop ever opens.
Sometimes I wonder like who picked the colors for high schools. Like you're like, who picked these? And like, did we just like throw a dart at the color wheel and go, we'll go with these two? I did real work. So I did real things. Don't know that any of it made any difference in the world, but wheels keep on spinning.
I wrote 492.
Look at you
Nice.
go.
Nice.
I am glad to be here for your productivity.
Right.
Let's see. Nia came in. Hello.
Had me cracking up last night with that book popping situation.
Oh. Yeah.
Fine.
Cracking spines. 426. Nice.
Way to go, Regina. Yes.
End of the chapter. Why ended it chapter 8? Cool.
Love it.
Cyanide is here. Hello. Walked more. Also played Play-Doh for a bit.
I love Play-Doh. I haven't played Play-Doh in a long time.
Have you messed with the kinetic sand? I love that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good for
What's
autistic
that?
kids or those who have sensory issues.
Feels really
It's you can mold it like Play-Doh, but it's sand, but it's kinetic, so it stays together. It doesn't like fall apart like you think of sand.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
I do have some slime. I have a friend's kid who makes slime as like her little business, so I've bought some of her slime on Instagram.
Well, you know, my son just had a birthday and he got a huge slime kit that he could put like different things into the slime and pull them. Yeah, he loved all that.
Yes. Way to go, Chelsea.
Prepping interview questions. Yay. Close. If you can print both and put them on a wall and see which one looks better. For the graduation announcements.
Oh.
It's a good idea.
I thought he was talking about throwing the dart.
For me, CB, it'd be like on my refrigerator because I feel like those are like I get them for my niece and things like that. They go on my fridge for like a season.
I do more than one, and I send them like 2 proof copies and let them choose. So the great thing is that I don't have to make a decision. I can just like make the 2 and send them there.
Yes. I'm just gonna say my high school, the Powder Puff football team had amazing colors because I planned it. So the pink and the purple looked really well together compared to our normal black and red.
I'm a huge fan of pink and purple, so I would have loved that. Ours were yellow and blue.
Yellow and blue isn't that bad though. I think those would probably look pretty good together. So,
well, I still have my Powder Puff jersey. I can bring it and you can see.
Almost everywhere I've graduated from has been green and gold.
See, and the one I think of
That's
is
the middle school I used to work at.
That's their colors, green and gold.
The high school here or in my hometown that I think of was orange and green, and I just
Ew.
always I was like, who were you?
Orange and green?
Yeah,
That's
it was
so weird.
it was like
Oh.
orange, like cone orange, and then like hunter green, and I was
No.
just like, what an odd.
No.
So
All of my school colors, they've been blue and white, and then purple and gold, and then blue and silver.
see, those are all good.
Those are my favorite colors, and I had all your favorite colors.
Yeah.
I had blue and gold, purple and white, and then blue and white.
All of those are good. I
Am I frozen?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wait, no,
Sorry.
you're not. Oh,
You're
no,
back.
you're not.
You're back
Oh.
now. Nope.
You're back because it was.
So I am back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're back.
You're moving now.
Okay, because you guys aren't. So yay.
Oh.
Well, hopefully we have good faces for you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You're really small.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, there you are.
Hi. Oh,
Okay.
now you froze.
My Photoshop
no.
decided to open, so therefore, it was like half Photoshop, half you guys really small at the bottom.
I concur with this. Like, I cannot think of many schools that officially had pink as their color, and why? It's a great color.
Mm-mm.
Who doesn't look good in pink?
Discussing
My
houses
husband does not like pink, and I remember when I was pregnant, I was like, well, what if we have a girl and I get a pink diaper bag? And he's like, I'm not carrying it.
You know how I got around that with Ricky? Because when Ricky and I got together, I had a pink shirt in one of my photos on Twitter when we first started dating. He's like, I would never wear pink. I was like, it's salmon. And so then from now on, anytime I put him in something, it didn't matter the color, fuchsia, pink, whatever, I would just tell him it was salmon. And he'd be like, oh, okay, I can wear salmon. Okay.
He went off the other end anyways, because even though we had a boy, he didn't want to carry a diaper bag. He bought a book bag that was a diaper bag. It even had like a cooling spot to it and a place you could plug and charge it in to keep everything cool or warm. It was a book bag, and then he carried everything in that.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good commitment.
And the perfect quote for that, especially being today, is on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Second cup of coffee, working on a word or a novel. Regina, has a breadth of work. I love the billionaire romances, but listen, I read one of her horror short stories, bone tingling. So I was like, she can go from loving you to killing you. So keep it in mind.
Am I gonna have to hide under the bed like I do with Laura's?
I mean, they're yes is the answer. Yes.
Because you're the Highlanders. Red and green tartan.
No, tartan. Help me with that. Is that like plaid? Is it?
I think so.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm like, what is tartan? Okay. Or tartan.
Pretty sure it's like plaid.
Okay.
It's like the Scottish blankets.
So like Scottish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Think
All
Outlander.
I could think of was Clueless, right? Because in Clueless, at one point, she's like, "Am I gonna wear the tartan or the?" And I was just like, "That's the only reference I have for that word."
Oh, think Outlander.
Well, silver and gray. Secondary were black and yellow.
See, those aren't black and yellow. I can get behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, way to go, Laura!
Awesome. Good job.
Way to go.
Yes, kinetic sand is great.
Okay, I gotta look into this. Okay.
You never seen the commercial? The song has been playing in my head ever since she said kinetic sand.
No, I don't think so.
I don't watch commercials.
I was gonna say I'm so out of
I
TV
don't either.
commercials.
Yeah.
But it's an old commercial.
Oh.
It's like kinetic sand.
I don't
And
know
then
that.
she plays
I
like
missed that
kinetic
one. For sure. But please sing
Pretty
it.
sure it's like a 90s commercial or like early 2000s commercial, maybe.
Oh, and I didn't have a TV then.
No. Gourmet
Oh,
slimes.
Yes. I don't know if it's a gourmet. It's just my friend's kid makes them. 711. Wow.
Transcribing the words I hand wrote yesterday.
Nice.
My hand just gets so crumped up if I hand.
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore.
Same. If I'm transcribing, I can go a lot faster than thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I write fast. Like, I don't think I print fast enough.
Brown, yellow, and blue sounds gross together.
Yeah.
That sounds like a odd mixture.
Gray skirt and cardigan, a brown and yellow tie.
I mean, the brown and yellow makes me think UPS.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what I think of as like UPS.
Don't look good in pink. Always look redder.
Oh,
Mm.
I mean,
Pink and black in the ring. Canadian, because it was the color of the flag.
you know, I feel like it would take a Canadian man over an American man to do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a cultural difference there where I feel like they're like, pink.
My mom's school colors were maroon, but it was maroon and gold, not maroon and silver.
I actually think maroon and gold
silver.
look pretty good. Maroon and silver would look good.
Acid pink and almost chartreuse green plaid in the same tartan print as the school tartan, but it was the 80s and eye bleeding colors.
Oh, jeez.
What? And
Oh,
That would have been bright, very bright.
yeah, you just wonder who was snorting wet the weekend they came up with this. Oh, I know what we're gonna do.
Almost the same as plaid.
Okay, thank you, CB.
Blue and gold. College colors were blue and orange.
I would have loved blue.
Orange?
Everything I have was green and gold. My high school, my associate's degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was all green and gold.
I don't even. Oh, you know, I guess Webster's navy and gold. So,
yeah, I think so.
I liked that one. Those looked good. Missed a sprint or so.
Wow.
Oh, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, did no one notice? Oh, bless.
Early lunch. We had an early start to the day. 4 hours till I see the doctor, hoping it flies by.
Text me, let me know how it goes.
Am I frozen or am I asleep?
You look frozen for me, but I look. Am I frozen? I'm moving.
You look both frozen.
Yeah, frozen to me too.
Good morning to Stephanie. Popping in to say hello and give the stream a like. High school was red, black, and white. College was orange and black.
Her high school colors are my wedding colors: red, black, and white.
Oh, I like those.
Oh, I think I'm back.
Oh,
I just sit here and rock. And I'm back.
Gwen us into IT support over to fix Tiffany's stream real quick.
I turn into an old Southern lady whenever I freeze. I'm like,
what am I clicking? I'm clicking on. Okay. The real expert in the series in Game of Thrones, which house has a pink flag?
Bolton, and I did not watch the series.
Huh. I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't
I watched it.
I think that's right. I may be wrong, but I think that's right. We'll see. He'll correct me if I'm wrong.
Second one, can't remember. Third one, gold and maroon. University, silver and blue. Family moved a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Let it go. Oh no! But yes, those are the colors. CB. That's the first thing I thought of when you said brown and yellow. I just saw the UPS, like the trucks. My husband watched it, so I did not. My husband watched it though, so I heard a lot about it. And we had a discussion about the salmon color, which is how I know how I remember it. So yeah.
I have not watched it. I watched the last episode. Because I think my husband was watching the book too. That's all I watched was the last episode.
I mean,
you're one of those that read the end of the book first,
right? That's why to come into a series.
I mean, I wasn't going to watch the series, but it was on TV and he was watching it, so all I saw was the last episode.
I've had those Crohn's days where I'm on the couch and Ricky's watching something. I'm like, I want to get up, but I don't feel well enough to get up. So I'm just gonna lay here and endure this,
we'll
whatever it is we're watching.
I don't know what we're watching, but I'm gonna sit here and watch it.
For a
I
while,
think
it just
that's
came
how-
upon me.
I want to say I've seen 4 episodes of Game of Thrones, but it's more I was talking to my cousin and it was just on the couch.
I've seen it all.
No.
And the books.
Ricky loved it. Like, he loves high fantasy movies and series and
Mhm.
stuff. He loved it.
Yep, that's
It
me.
just didn't suck me in right away. So I don't know.
Mm.
Oh, see, maybe that's it. Maybe I should have gone through to season 2, and then I would have been like into it. I don't know. Fail.
It's on my HBO Max if I ever decide to jump back.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. I tried to
But
get my
there's
husband into it when I
everything.
first started watching it, and he didn't like it either. And then he deployed, and some guys liked it, and so he was watching it, and then he got into it. So I think it was like season 2 that drew him in.
Mm.
Oh, bold claim, Juicy Carpenter, more than like The Sopranos, or like I got some shows that I loved, and I'm like, really better than any.
Well, and when you say
Well, but she's
best
saying writing wise.
writing wise, are you talking about the scripts for the TV series, or are you talking about the books? Because I couldn't really get into the books. I've read them, but I just had a hard time getting into the books as much as I like the series. But that was just, I'm also not a fan of Stephen King writing, not because I don't like horror. I just don't. I think his writing is boring.
Stop it. Yeah. It's weird. You know what? I actually liked some of his earlier books. Like some of the early stories, I like a lot better than the like later ones that become doorstops.
I liked his on writing book, his nonfiction book.
Yeah. I like that. I like Pet Cemetery. All right, JC. I mean, I think we're gonna do a debate about this.
I think the TV series was written well.
I think we're gonna discuss.
I feel like
go.
this, Nina, I feel like this could be a new spinoff from scripting the book. It could be like talking about the TV shows and the best script writing of TV shows and how, like, why they're so good and why they're not and what you can learn from them. I feel like this could be exciting.
There are some adaptions I actually like better than the books.
Well, and if we're doing beyond just adaptions, just script writing, I just watched, and I brought this up in a chat the other day, but no one said anything about it. But I just watched The Nevers on HBO Max, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is the way you write something.
Watch that.
I want to watch that one. I haven't watched that.
It sucks you right in. That the pacing is really good.
It's on my list, but it has to be after This Is Us, because everybody has told me I have to watch This Is Us, especially if we're going to talk about like actual script writing and how you develop characters and tell story and backstory and stuff like that. So it's got to be after that.
Fair.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't much like.
Ooh.
Daenerys went from princess
going
to save the world to murder Dragon Queen.
Yeah. I mean, I do understand the evolution of her character, but I think they should have built it up just a little bit more at the end there.
Yeah, I would love that. And there's going to be lots of opinions, right? Because what's the best for one is going to be the worst for another. So it's like, oh, Penny Dreadful.
I tried to watch Penny Dreadful, but that was too violent for me.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it. I've watched it.
And it's more horror-esque for me. I mean, at least because I don't really like horror, and it was very horror-esque.
Yes, CB on many of those.
Yes. I think I've seen all but 2.
I haven't seen Call the Midwife, but I've seen all the
I haven't
others.
either, but it's on some subscription. I have
only seen
I haven't seen The Sopranos.
I'm going to say one of the best shows.
Everybody. Did Morgan just say she's never seen The Golden Girls?
I said I've only.
Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense.
I was like,
we have to stop right now.
There's the last bit of an episode. No, I was with you on that one, Tiffany. I was like, let's try this right now.
What just happened?
Yes.
The one series that I always say was really, really well written and I loved, but again, is if you love it or don't, is Pushing Daisies. I think it only lasted like 2 or 3 seasons. But I loved the writing. It sucked me in, and like I love those characters, and it was so ridiculous, but I loved it.
But you say that like Doctor Who is not debatable.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, yeah.
I like Doctor Who.
I am.
Okay, am I the only one though? Like now that what's her face is leaving, and every time they come up with all these different YouTube videos or commercials where they're trying to bring, all I think of is Mean Girls, where she's like, "Stop trying to make fetch happen."
Yes.
Like I'm like, stop trying to make David Tennant happen.
Wait. Yes to this. If Nia does holes, if you do a holes, Nia,
yeah, we should do holes. I don't think that's on the list.
I want to do that one. I love the book.
I don't know if I know that.
Holes?
It's a good story.
You don't know holes?
No, I don't think I know that.
It put Shia on the map, I think, didn't it? Wasn't that like
is that considered middle grade or YA?
I always thought it was MT.
I thought it was too. Okay,
yeah, write it down.
It's such a good book, and it's such a good movie.
Yes, to that.
I remember this is the great thing about having kids. When you have them, right? I loved sharing that story with my son, and then I told him there's a movie, and he was like, "Ooh, there's a movie. Let's watch the movie." And I was like, "Yay!"
Oh,
so good.
That would be great.
Best, yeah, it's amazing.
That's like best part of having kids. That part, worst part, paying for college. Like I don't know. It's like yeah. I haven't watched This Is Us. I gotta watch it because clearly it's very popular.
That's what everybody says. It's on my list to start in May or June. I don't remember.
Laura has worked on some cool stuff. Y'all, just gonna say it. Although I did see Laura say something.
Laura never watched The Golden Girls. See,
Laura, I'm getting on a plane and flying to Toronto tonight. We are like,
I don't even understand.
Okay. For the popcorn.
That's right. I loved it. I loved that show. I'm glad I was.
I've never heard of that one.
It's just cute. It's just fun. I think it's only like 3 seasons or 2, but really cute show.
My sister watched it. I don't think I watched an episode, but.
Is it ick? So what is it? Is it like gory?
No. No. It's sort of like I would call it like kind of magical realism. Right? Okay. It's like it's a story where there's a magical element that's never quite explained, and it kind of has a throwback feel to it. Oh, here we go. Oh, I thought she was going to say what it was about. Yeah. So the concept is when he touches someone, the dead people come back to life. So like they briefly though, right? So like he can solve mysteries. For example,
I feel like I saw that or I heard of that.
You know,
that premise sounds familiar.
Yeah. So but there are some like dark element. I don't know. I liked it.
Well, bringing people back from the dead's dark by itself.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's like done in like a funny, light way. You know what I mean? It's like, and the costumes, just all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Oh yes, this was before Shia went off the rails. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a very young Shia.
He was still a baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was never a Simpsons person.
Ricky loves it. I like American Dad better.
Yes, I agree.
Golden Girls. Yes.
With This Is Us, I feel like very emotional about it when I watch it. So I wanted to watch it with my husband, and he watched the first episode, and him and I both kind of felt the same thing because we've lost babies trying to get our last one. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Yep, I can't watch any more of this." I was like, okay. So I've never made it past like the 3rd episode.
I think that's fair. You know what I mean? But my mom's lost a child, and she can't watch or read those kinds of stories. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work. Okay, good. I was hoping that would be the category I thought it was.
Yeah. So he touches them again, then they die.
Oh, that's right. He touches them and they die again. That's right. Yes.
So he touches them and brings them back, and then he touches them and kills them?
Well, but they're not really.
They're already dead.
They're already dead.
So he didn't kill them.
Yeah, he never kills them. He's never the one that kills them.
Feels like maybe.
No, I promise it's not.
Timeline.
They die again, and they're being killed.
But it's more.
Like, they just go back to.
They just go back to that state. Right.
They're never really alive again.
But if he doesn't touch them, do they get to stay alive?
Me too. No, there was an episode. No, because I feel like there was an episode where like they covered that.
Okay.
So like, things don't go, like things start going wrong. I think if they don't go back to dead, you know what I mean? Like there's a price.
Gotcha.
That's to remember,
So-
but I have not watched it in so long.
I was gonna say, what is his motivation to put them back in that state again if they had a chance to live another life?
In the beginning, he's like solving what happened to them,
Gotcha.
right? So like it's sort of like you know,
Like
they
Ghost
died this
Whisperer,
way,
but not
and he
quite.
touches them, and he's like, "Oh, that's not how they died," kind of a thing, right? So
Mhm.
that's
I'm gonna have to see this. It sounds
wait a minute.
interesting. I think
It
my husband
almost
likes that
sounds
too.
like a combination of Dead Zone and Ghost Whisperer.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, kind of. I only
Oh.
watched a little bit of the Ghost Whisperer, but yes, I think so.
So he does it with fruit too, not just people.
Yes. With any there's a pet at some point I think that comes back and dies again. Yes.
I feel like I'm having
Oh,
issues with
right.
that.
That was it. Yes.
Well, can he not touch her because he doesn't want to bring her back, or can he not touch her because she'll die
Then
again?
she'll die again.
He'll die again.
So he brings her back, but he doesn't touch her ever again.
He did. You should really watch the show because I'm now giving away the whole point of the show. But,
Yeah,
like,
don't say no more because I want to watch it.
Yeah. Just go watch it. Yeah.
To re-dead
That
them. I
goes
love
back to
that
the
word.
whole idea. That goes back to the whole idea that you can have a romance without sex.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Ooh.
That is the whole thing of the
Okay.
show. It's very clean. Like yes to that. Yes.
Simpsons, man, Family Guy, Love Stewie when they
Stewie.
killed the dog, I banned them.
Wait, they killed the dog?
When
Okay,
did Brian die?
I have not watched in a while, and I'm upset.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
Oh, it was a comic book?
I didn't know that, Maggie.
Me neither.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go find it.
Couldn't get into Family Guy, Futurama, or American Dad.
Let me just say,
I watched all of them.
I could kind of see Family Guy and American Dad not being American. I could kind of see those,
Yeah.
for sure, because there's a lot of that humor built in. That's right. Oh, wow, yeah.
I got talked into going to see that movie, and I was just very
You
sad
did?
in the whole theater.
Did you lose a bet?
No, I was working with someone, and we had said we were going to the movies, and I thought we were going to see, I don't know, some romantic comedy, and we get there, and it's South Park.
I have not watched This Is Us.
Yeah, it sounds like I need to break that one up. Yes, okay. Thank you, Maggie. I'm remembering it now. I love that Maggie's remembering the show much better than I am.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
all. Okay, first of all, there's 600 episodes of The Simpsons,
That's a lot.
but
I think
seriously,
it's the longest running. Isn't it like the longest running show in?
Of all
I knew
time.
it was the longest running, but I didn't think it was 600. That's insane.
Wow.
And I still have never seen a whole episode.
Neither.
Really? Oh, I have.
I've seen bits and pieces of
Bits and
episodes.
pieces of things.
Yeah, me too.
Not a whole episode.
I love watching the YouTube videos that show that The Simpsons actually predicted the future. Like they predicted Donald Trump becoming president.
Yeah.
Hi, Stewie.
So
Yeah, no, yeah, that is crazy. Sweet spot. I mean, was it 20 seasons?
I mean,
Holy
right?
moly. Like,
When you go 3 to 20, like
22 a season? Like,
that's huge.
there's some seasons that don't even get
I
3.
won't.
Like, let's talk about it.
thank you for the warning. I won't.
Which episode?
That's it. That's the one trigger warning I want. If they're gonna kill off a pet of any kind, it doesn't just have to be a dog. Any kind.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh yes, to this one. Love this one too. I do love that adaptation too.
There's
My
more than
aunt was
one
in the
now. There's more than
play.
600. Jeez.
My aunt was in the play of To Kill a Mockingbird, and her call to fame was that while I can't remember the character is on the stand, he says something, and she goes, "Oh!" and falls over, and she thought she was like the next Oscar winner. It was the most hilarious thing.
I'd have gotten her a statue and sent it to her.
Well, we weren't expecting that. She kept telling us we had to come see her theater debut and everything. And we get there, we're like waiting for this big moment, and then that was it. And we were like, wow.
She practiced that for weeks.
Oh, I doubt it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did. They predicted a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Simpsons did. There's like whole YouTube videos dedicated to it.
That is really creepy.
Yeah.
Did they predict it, or did people just do it because they saw it on there?
Yeah, makes you wonder.
Yeah. There are 724 episodes of emojis. Yay. Glad I'm not alone.
My cousin got mad at me for that because his sister, when they came out with the virus or the shot for COVID, she kept saying it's going to turn us into zombies. It's going to turn all of us into zombies. And he's like, "Will you stop? Zombies don't exist." And I was like, "Is it they don't exist, or have we just not created them yet?"
Right. We haven't created the right remedy for them yet.
And he's like, "Stop helping her."
There's actually a mathematician that figured out that if there was a virus that synthesized, what the zombie what's it called, symptoms are, how fast it would spread through the population. And so this mathematician figured it all out in this paper. It's really crazy.
Interesting. I may have to look that up and send it to him. He will be very offended.
Bye, Regina.
Bye.
Yeah, you're the bestest. Wow. Okay.
And what year was that? Did season 9 come out? I'd be interested in
Like
that.
1990. I want to say it's like 1998 or 7, because didn't it start in like the late 80s? I feel like it was late 80s.
Yeah. I was
I
like high
remember
school,
watching
college, something.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
Well, it was like late 90s, and that's not too far off from when it actually happened.
Well, if they've
did
had
not-
us count back 20 years, so that's at least 2000.
I did not know that was the same creator in me, but I loved that show too.
I haven't seen that show either.
I watched Dead Like Me. I like that.
Wow.
I've heard of Dead Like Me, but I've never watched it.
Okay, look at that. 1989. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. I feel like we were all babies.
Yeah.
I was not born.
I was I was like, I was so
it's your stream, but get out.
I was reading chapter books by 19. So.
Well, that was the year I started writing my books.
Oh wow. I've heard of the girl with the dragon tattoo, but I haven't seen it.
You haven't read You haven't read it?
I haven't read it.
I haven't read it or
seen the movie, but I've read about the premise.
Oh. Okay, now first of all, very triggering in lots of ways. But if you can get past those ways, wowza, it's a heck of a pace. I read it just to try to figure out the pacing. Oof.
I love that there's two different zombie-isms, fungal and viral. That's awesome.
So I'm assuming fungal is like plant zombies, and
well, I don't know. Mama Maggie said fungal zombieism is much more likely than viral zombieism. So I'm assuming like we touch a plant or like something grows into like a mushroom and people start eating it and then there's zombies. That's a bug.
I know there's a bug that like puts its eggs or something. I can't remember exactly what it does, but it goes into another bug and turns it into a zombie and controls it through its mind. Like
that's a book. That's a book.
Yes.
Someone out there who writes sci-fi, Shannon just gave you an amazing idea. Take it and run, and don't forget to thank her in the dedication.
I really want the mushroom one though to be like the other magic mushroom. Like that's the title.
Only authors would be here going, no, actually, this is how zombieism works. I researched it. Like, only a discussion. Writers.
I know we've gone into insects. We've gone like everywhere. Yes, we're going.
Oh, see, we're talking about the tiny insects.
It's like, how far can it be then to leap to humans? Like,
exactly.
Right? It can't be.
Zombie ant fungus. It is a fungus that takes over the ant by draining it of its nutrients and hijacking its mind.
That is terrible.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting ready to send this to my cousin right now.
Well, the insect that I thought about is a wasp. A wasp does it to a spider, I think. I need to look into it a little bit more. But I heard about the wasp that takes over the mind of another creature.
What?
Yeah.
Like, I came in talking about cheese grits, and we came full circle. Like we just.
And then we only
Let's
did
see
2
if I can
sprints.
find it. Oh, I did. I'm totally sending this to my cousin. Be like, and you thought zombies didn't exist.
This is what happens when you invite us in towards the end of Camp Nano.
Well, I mean, I think it's good that we have all these ideas still going, and we're at the end of Camp Nano.
Me too. Me too. I think we're all just like, I'm so tired of that last project. Let's get some new ones.
Yeah.
Love these zombies.
Okay, so yeah, the females of the Costa Rican wasp plant their eggs on the abdomens of unlucky orb spiders, and then they hatch and they take over the spider.
Wow.
Oh.
I remember reading about that before. There's some horror stuff for you.
I hope there's a video of that, Sui.
Inception.
Style zombies.
Like,
Oh,
Sui, we're the same age. Because I was 10 in 1990.
Ricky, I know I was thinking Ricky's age.
No, 1990. I was born in 1980. I forget what it was.
It's like we're writers, not mathematicians.
My husband remembers my age quicker than I ever remember. I always have to think, like, wait, how old am I?
I only remember because it's the same as the year. So
Yeah,
2022, I'm 32.
Right.
I
Mine too. I was in 80. So you're born in 90?
Yeah.
So we're 10 years exactly difference.
Okay. Do you all have time for a sprint? Do you have life to do?
Yep.
Yes, I may have to duck out if I get a call at 11:30, but if so, I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow on Morgan's stream.
Okay.
Is that me? Oops.
I don't know.
Is that my microphone?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okie dokie. 20 minutes on the clock. Let's get some work done. Happy sprinting, everybody. that was the end of our last sprint for today. How did everybody do?
I finished figuring up all the figures and came up with like 21 different scenarios of our income streams and everything like that. Called my husband, I texted my husband. I was like, hey, can't wait to show you this stuff. He's like, I can call you right now. So I spent the entire time talking to my husband and telling him the best scenarios that I see where we could go for our future.
Nice. Tiffany, what did you get done?
I spent the whole time fighting with Photoshop. Because they apparently have decided, this is why I didn't want to upgrade to the new Photoshop. They have decided to take out one of my favorite gradients. And that was how I generally created my golds and my silvers. And so now I'm trying to rework how to create a gold, because they don't even have a yellow gradient to even base from. And it's driving me bananas.
Oh, wow.
That sucks.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And so I'm wondering if I'm going to have to go, because I am kind of a little bit on a deadline for this. I'm wondering if I'm just going to have to go look up a different gradient that I can hopefully either download from Adobe or purchase from another photographer and just import it in, because everything I'm coming up with, I'm not loving.
Let's see. I got 672 words that time.
Nice.
Yes. Ended Shaw's chapter. Now I'm on Dimitri's, or not Dimitri's, or on Shaw's.
I was like, oh, Demetrius? We're going to be at this point of view?
That would be cool. I probably would do that. But
yeah, I think at this point, since you've done Shaw and Emerton throughout your first two books, it's kind of better to stick with what your reader is going to expect from you.
Yeah.
No, I want a new person.
I did add new people in mine, but mine started off with multiple perspectives and just kept adding throughout the books.
Mm-hmm.
I did that in the last short story series that I did for the Ghostwriter. Originally, it was I think the first 3 were all 2 characters' point of view. It went between the 2. And then I introduced a new character at the end of the 3rd one. And I was like, nope, we have to start with her point of view. And so I just threw that in. And then when I did, it meant that I had to add in another person's point of view. And so I ended up the last 3 books with 4 different people's point of views.
Line edited chapter 9. Yay. Started dinner, ran my chapter 1 through Pro Writing Aid, even though I'm not done yet. Nice.
I still want to try Pro Writing Aid, but I'm not sure I want to pay for it.
I'm the same way, Tiffany. I feel the same way.
I did the free trial. I mean, I don't know if I need it.
I'm like, I could maybe do it for a month. It's $20. I was watching something recently. They were like, it's 20. They were talking about something totally different. They're like, it's $20. Just don't go to Starbucks 4 times this month. And I was like, I don't go to Starbucks anyway.
Whenever I hear that, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go back and forth.
You go to Starbucks once a year, maybe.
Coffee yesterday for me was a whoa.
Well, I drink coffee, but I'm very picky. I just do Folgers instant coffee, and I have French vanilla because I don't actually like coffee, but I need it because my brain is when I wake up, I have 1,000 thoughts going a million directions. Mm-hmm. And so that coffee calms my brain down, makes me focus.
See, that's me with tea, because I don't like coffee either. So that's why I do tea, because it works to kind of calm me and center me on what it is I need to do.
Yeah.
Tea doesn't work as well for me. It's I have to drink 3 times as much tea to get the same effect.
I used to think that I didn't like black tea because I've never met one that I really thoroughly enjoyed. And then I signed up for this thing called Sipsby, where they send you free sample, or well, not free, you pay for it, but it's 4 samples.
That was free samples.
Right. It's 4 different samples of teas every month. and they sent me one from India that was a black tea, and it's like become one of my favorite teas. And I drink it almost like you would like a coffee, like with creamer and sugar and everything. And that in my planner in the middle of the morning, I'm just like happy.
Yeah, I need to get back to drinking tea. Coffee's been making me jittery lately, or like making my heart pound. So yeah, I'm not drinking as much coffee as I used to. Let's see. Cyanide reread chapter and added 35 words. Nice. And I believe JC is going live tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. So 5 p.m. my
Central.
time.
Yeah, because it's the same time that I'm on with Haley. Because Haley and I start at 5. Yeah.
Okay.
On her channel.
I may be stream hopping tonight.
Eat food and watch some of an analysis video on Japanese horror movies. Nice. And CB says, what about Canva instead of Photoshop, I think?
I also use GIMP, which is free.
She's thought of something.
No, what I thought of is I could, because of the program that I use, like the way that I have to send in the pictures for their for my lab to print it, I really need to use Photoshop. But I maybe could do the words in Canva in a gold, and then I could probably just export them out and then import them into. Thank you, CB. Oh my god.
Have you ever tried GIMP?
I haven't. Not in years. I used to use GIMP like way ago.
Because it has a lot of the same functionality as Photoshop. It's just free.
Yeah.
It's what I used to make my covers for my book. It's that way.
Oh.
That's how I made my covers.
I love I've recently fallen in love with Canva. I use Photoshop for my photography stuff, like when I'm doing client work, but because I can't beat the functionality. I'm so used to it. I'm so like, I go into it, I know exactly what I'm clicking, and it normally, like, that's why I'm really frustrated right now. I should have been done with this like an hour ago. And I'm like, you keep messing with my stuff and I know where things go. Stop changing things to make it better, because it's not.
Good job, Regina. Less than 200 words to go. I'm going to be doing a concentrated productivity sprint later. Awesome. Start sooner. Can of coffee, stupid migraines.
I wondered that yesterday because my head started to hurt after I drank the coffee. And the minute I stopped drinking it, then it kind of dissipated. So, yeah.
Yeah, tea's not enough caffeine for me. Because when I do my coffee, I do instant coffee, but it's like a really big rounded spoon that I put into my coffee. I don't really do soda anymore.
I don't really either. Love Canva. I don't get to play over there often enough. I sub for the pro level because all the images are available. Yeah, I have the pro level Canva. I need to actually use it more.
I'm thinking about, because I use it for, now that I've started doing a lot of different stuff, like for writing and for my creative side of the business, I don't necessarily have to use my own photos as much. And so I have thought about it because they do have so many different photos and different options.
Canva hack. Duplicate text and make them have the hollow effect.
Or just layer it on top. Yeah. Or just because I do the duplicate effect in GIMP, and then I just layer it on top.
Yeah. We're almost done. Decaf tea.
Yeah, if you can't have coffee, then I would definitely understand that.
Every once in a while, I'll do like coffee.
I mean, I don't feel like the caffeine does anything for me. Like as far as like focus or anything. Like it just makes me jittery. So
And see, that's one thing that my family doctor I had before we moved here to Florida, that she said that I, besides that run in my family, the ADHD, and just when I talk with her, she said that the fact that I have caffeine first thing in the morning, she says those with low level ADHD tend to gravitate toward caffeine because it helps them to calm down versus those who get the like pick me up from it.
yeah, like there's no pick me up for me. But maybe I don't know. I think I'm just sensitive to caffeine. But like I can drink it like in the middle of the night, and so it wouldn't do. I could still go to sleep. So it doesn't like keep me up or anything like that.
Oh,
it
does me.
I sometimes, if like today, I probably will. I'll make like a Earl Grey tea and just make it as a iced tea and sip it all day. But I have to stop by like 7:30, or else I will be up all night.
Nah,
I can't have any more coffee after 1 p.m. or I'll be up all night.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that's so it's so strange how coffee works differently for people.
Yeah.
My uncle's like that though. He drinks coffee and goes to sleep. Like coffee puts him to sleep. He's like that.
Unless I'm drinking like straight espresso shots or something. But yeah.
No, see, JC, that's what I use Photoshop for. Is that's how I make the images transparent.
Or GIMP.
Or
for those who don't have money, GIMP is free.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's it.
Well,
maybe I drank too much.
I think that's true. And when I was like your age, which was 10 years ago, I could drink coffee all day long, no problem. But the older I've gotten, the more sensitive I've gotten to caffeine, where I cannot drink past a certain time during the day anymore. I used to be able to drink it all day.
Yeah,
so
maybe that's it.
Your body works better the younger you are.
CB, I have a question. You said you can't have full sugar soda because you play clarinet. I played clarinet. What is that doing?
I miss that.
Well, they said that they can't have full sugar soda because they play clarinet. And I played clarinet for years. And that was probably when I did drink soda. I don't really drink it now, but
so they're saying that it interferes with their ability to play the clarinet?
I'm assuming, but I don't know what that would do. So yeah, I'm curious. See, that's the other thing. Jasiva said that Canva offers the SVG files that you can resize, and that's one of the things I would have to upgrade to what is it? Illustrator with Adobe to get that kind of functionality the way that I'd want it.
That's me. What JC just said. I have to drink coffee or I start getting a headache.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have withdrawals from coffee or caffeine. Sugar, yes. Caffeine, no.
When I was working at my parents' store, I was drinking 3 cups a day, and my body got used to that. But when I stopped working at the store at the end of March, I went down to 2 cups, and I started getting headaches. And I was like, okay, I got to kind of gradually come off this 3 cups a day.
Just a genetic freak, I suppose, but I cut out full sugar soda completely.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
It's good. I recommend it, especially if you can't afford Photoshop, or like Photoshop has a bit of a learning curve.
Well, GIMP does too, but there is a huge support community, which I think it is for Photoshop as well. But GIMP has a huge support community. Like if you don't know how to do something GIMP, I just Google it and I find people talk about it. There's lots of videos on YouTube for it, and there's forums who talk about it. Yeah. So anything I want to do, like, how can I do this in GIMP? And usually the answer is always yes. So.
I'm a person who will be found buried with my coffee mug collection in a few thousand years, and they won't understand what they are because everyone will drink from bags.
I do have to stop myself from buying mugs because I love a good mug, and I think I only use 2. Like I have 18 million mugs, but I only use 2.
I have a rotation of like 6 that I use, which it used to be only 4 until I got my Christmas present from Barrett, which was a coffee mug, and then I bought the AWC mug, so now I have 6.
I looked at the AWC mug as well.
This is my husband and my boys when they were younger, because my baby, he's now what he just turned 9, and then my other one, he's 21 now.
Oh
no, he's 21. Yeah, so that was just all. That's my favorite mug.
Let's see. I have a little shelf for my mugs, but I only go between 3 of them.
Yeah. And look, can you guys see? I've got coffee mugs up there. Barrett asked me about all of them at one point.
My father collects. Well, he used to collect coffee mugs. So if you go down in the basement of his house, there's like shelves of coffee mugs from all types of countries and cities, and because he was military as well. And so, yeah. So, yeah, he's got a bunch of them as well. And he doesn't even drink coffee or tea. They just
collects them. Well, we collect shot glasses. Whenever my husband and I travel anywhere, we pick up shot glasses. So we have a ton of shot glasses, and we are not really drinkers.
I used to collect shot glasses too.
I did too.
Road trips. And I go to every gas station and get a shot glass from that state.
Yeah, I have those somewhere over there. And yeah, I'm not a big shot person anymore either.
Well, JC, do you have a mug from the AWC? Because if you go to authortubewritingconference.com, we have a merch page.
I looked at your mug. It may be coming home with me.
Rotate through all of them. Move the mugs I use from shelf to shelf, so I'm not always using the same 4. That way, hubby can't make me get rid of them because I use them all.
That's not a bad idea.
I should have used that rotation with my books because my husband wanted me to get rid of books a couple of years ago. Like, no, I'm using all of them. I'm still reading them. See? I'm
still reading them. I hate doing dishes. Yeah. That'd be me. I would go through all of them because I don't want to wash
it.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very smart, yes. There's the link.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Alrighty, we are going to wrap it up for today. So would you like to start outros? We'll start with Shannon and then Tiffany can go.
All right. Thank you everyone for coming and supporting Morgan and her channel and get to see all of us. And my name is Shannon. I have the YouTube under the name of SC Huston. And I also write under the pen name of SC Huston, author of Clash of Goddesses series, with the last book coming out in the trilogy on June 6th. And then it's a YA fantasy. And then I'm moving on to writing romantic fantasy, which is going to be kind of new for me. And I'm looking forward to that. I will be streaming again later today. Unfortunately, it's at the same time as JC's, and I will pop over and say hello, but I'm streaming with Haley on her channel, Haley Writes, and then I'll be back here tomorrow with Morgan, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow? Yes, with Morgan. Yes.
I took JC's advice yesterday, and I actually wrote notes. So, so thank you for that, JC. So I am TLR Russ Lifestyle on all the interwebs. Thanks for coming out and supporting Morgan and the rest of us today as she makes it. What do you have? 3 more days left?
Yes.
Yes. 3 more days. I am currently working on my debut novel that hopefully will be out later this year. I have a podcast called This Great Life. It's available on all of the podcast streaming stations. If you want to know more about Notion or Scrivener, please come check me out on my YouTube station. And if you would like to read any of my flash fiction or check out any of my updates, check me out on my Ko-fi page. And then I guess I'm going to also have to learn from Richard and put Ko-fi down here at the bottom.
Hold up a paper.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna have to find a paper and hold it up like Richard. So there you go.
And
Still
put it in the
everybody's
document
ideas.
Yay. Well, thank you both for hanging out with me today. Everybody's links are down in the description. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. tomorrow, not 9. And yeah, that's it. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Yeah, you got your 1K.
Oh, yay.
Awesome. Have a good
Awesome.
day. And links. And all right. So, yep, we'll see you next time.